believer that your family and your dynamic is mostly what shapes you as a person. I mean, you're surrounded by these people for a majority of your life. In some cases, you know them as well as you know yourself. And while loss is something that haunts you for the rest of your life, it doesn't necessarily mean the grave. Seeing the people you love slowly slip away and become just another person is arguably just as hard, especially when you can't do anything about it. You can always tell the difference between an only child and a sibling. Now, many people have assumed that I was an only child, and after the age of 7, I basically was. But it wasn't always that way. I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee, and I did wear pink cowgirl boots and had a heavy country accent. Now, just living in the country already was weird, but our dynamic was even weirder. My mom was an immigrant from Ireland, and she only moved here 3 years before I was born. So she was learning things about America as I was as well. So we were raised in a very European way. I was very close to my brother, who was 3 years my senior. My mom always brought up the fact that she would always get compliments about how well we behaved together. Now, while we did, it wasn't as often as she thinks. When I was around 4, I had the best idea in the world, to cut bangs. As a 4-year-old, my hand-to-eye coordination definitely wasn't the best, but I still snuck down the stairs and grabbed the kitchen scissors. And while taking them to my room, I had an even better idea. Why not give my brother a matching haircut? So I went into his room and cut the front of his hair up until about here. Then I went and cut mine the same. Did I think it was a bad idea? Yes. But nevertheless, I did try to blame it on him in the morning. I remember coming downstairs for breakfast and my mom dropping her plate on the ground at the sight of me. Another time we were on the cruise and we were waiting to get checked out of the kiddie club because my parents were getting absolutely hammered at the bars. And my dad was checking my brother. My brother said, Dad said to go downstairs and wait outside the room. So I ran down the stairs and tried to find the room. I did not know where the room was. So I just wandered around the cruise ship and cried until my grandma, the only sober one, found me and took me home. While we did joke around, there were some serene moments too. My birthday is the day after 4th of July, so of course there was always fireworks, especially in the country. The problem was that I had and always will have very bad sensory issues, so I was always scared of the fireworks. My brother then came in with his iPod Touch and played Norah Jones, the artist that my mom used to play to calm him down as a baby, and he talked to me all night. Or when my brother got me a stuffed animal after my emergency kidney surgery, which still sits on my bed to this day. But of course, time goes on, and he grew up and he got other friends. We moved and he got the fancy loft bedroom upstairs. We didn't talk much, but I never resented him for it, because it was just a part of growing up. Then around 2 years ago, there was a shift. He became very aggressive and reactive, and I kept asking myself what I was doing wrong for him to act like that. A couple months later, he went to the doctors and got diagnosed with multiple mental disorders. I struggled with the idea that not only is this explaining things, but does it excuse it as well? It seemed as though the diagnosis seemed to make him spiral more, to someone unrecognizable. I used to beat myself up, thinking that this was somehow my fault and there was something I could have done. My parents were absolutely beside themselves, and for a few months I had to take care of them, cleaning the house, making food, comforting my mom. My dad completely shut down. I would like to think that this changed me, for someone who was a kid at heart. I had to grow up, because I wasn't good enough to fix him, so I was left with the pieces instead. to be about myself and self-reflecting, and yet again I made it about someone else. I always make it about someone else. I just wish for once I could make myself think of me and not others. Time and time again, I let myself get to this point where I lose all sense of myself because I use all my time trying to make other people happy. And then I'm labeled as the mess. And some people think I'm fine with it. Don't you think if I could stop, I would? Because I was always taught to take care of others before yourself. Because that is what the world needs. No, that is what I need. For someone to take care or pay attention to me for more than when the joke is over. How am I supposed to take care of myself when no one has taken care of me for years? What role model would I have when mine left me when I was young enough to realize? You know, I tried to change my personality, my style for every person that came along, hoping to appease someone, and for someone who would actually want to have more than a forced surface friendship with me. Do you know how it feels to try your hardest to please and fail and to hear the whispers and the side eyes in conversation? You know, and at some point, you think that they would leave that in middle school. The days have still stayed the same. And yeah, I guess I live in the past all the time, but why wouldn't I when there's nothing left for me in the future? Looking back on the memories of people who genuinely cared about me and me somehow screwing it up one way or another. It's all I have left, the memories of him. Taking care of me because my parents failed to care. I wish I could be what everyone wanted to be. I wish I had better friends, better family, but what I've learned is you usually don't get what you want. And what I want to know is to not be hurt again. And even through it all, I still love the people who hurt me. I still love him, even though he hurt me. I guess we accept the love we think we deserve.